come say hi. Yeah. Welcome to your pajama day movement session. This is sort of a combination of one of our beginner workouts and the flare day workout. So we're gonna get some movements in, but it's also going to be relaxed. You could do this from bed, you could do this on the floor if you're more comfortable, or from a sofa like I'm going to do. We have another visitor that wants to say hello. If you've been enjoying these videos, but you would really like a little bit more structure, maybe you want a schedule to follow for the workouts, you want something a little harder, or you just want more workouts per week, I have just launched a 30-day challenge. It is supported movement, so we're going to have a 30-day workout program. There's going to be 6 videos every week in a style similar to this, but it's also going to follow progression. So every week is going to get a little bit harder. And in addition, you're going to be able to chat with me in a live Zoom call. We're going to have a Q&A session every single week and a private community where you can ask me questions, and I'm going to be responding every single day. So with that being said, let's get into the workout. So getting started, we're just going to get into a comfortable position. Now you should have some pillows behind you if you're sitting in bed. If you're on a sofa like me, pillows be stacked behind you as well. We're going to try to stay sitting up. Even if we're laying in bed, we're just leaning back. We're not completely flat on our back until the part of the exercise where I will instruct you to lay flat on your back. And we're gonna start with a breathing exercise. It's gonna close our eyes, hands on your stomach, and we're gonna leave everything that's not to do with the workout outside today. As we're breathing, we're just gonna let it go. This is our time just to focus on what we need to get from today's session. And inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now you can slowly open your eyes. We're going to start with our legs together, knees up. We're going to place both of our hands over the tops of our knees, and as you push your knees forward, you're just going to lean back slightly. Good. And as you're pushing your knees away from your body, keep your feet pressing into the ground and relax your pelvis. Breathe nice and deeply. Let your muscles relax in your pelvis. If you can, push a little bit harder for a deeper stretch. Good. And slowly release that. Now you're going to open your legs slightly, and we're going to do the same push. So we're going to push away, lean back. The pressure in your back goes on those pillows behind you. And once you feel the pressure going through your hands, through your knees, try to relax your pelvis and breathe really deeply. Keep pushing away, relax those muscles. Push a little harder. Tuck that tailbone under and let your muscles go. Good. And release. Now we're going to bring our legs back together. Hands can go on your hips or just right beside you for a little bit of stability. You might put your palms into the bed, into the sofa. I'm going to have mine on my hips, and we're just going to go to some pelvic tilts now. So we're going to rotate our hips backwards, and then we're going to rotate them under and tuck our pelvis under. And right here at the top, we just want to squeeze for 1 second and then reverse all the way to a little bit of an arch in the back, and then tuck it back under. Moving my hand so you can see. Good, and relax. Now we're going to take our knees into an open position again. Both our hands are going to go on the outside of each knee. So just like you could see this hand on this side, my other hand is placed on the other knee in the same way. What we're gonna do is press our knees into the outside of our hands. So we're creating tension with our own body here. As we're pressing our knees into our hands, we're gonna push a little bit on our knees with our arms too. So we're pushing with our arms and pushing against our hands with our knees. That's all you want. We want to feel that slight tension. It should be in your glutes, in your hips, maybe in your tailbone. So press and hold. Hold it. Good. Keep holding. Try to relax your shoulders. Just have the pressure coming from your knees. And relax. Good. These are slight activations that we don't have to do too much movement, but they're good ways to just get our muscles to be awake while being able to be in this nice relaxed position. So keeping our knees open again, we're going to put our hands on the inside this time and do the same thing, but pressing our knees in towards each other, and our hands are going to be pressing against the inside of our knees, pushing away. Our hands are doing this motion, our knees are doing this motion. So place those hands on the inside of your knees and start pushing. Press against each other. Good. And hold it. Shoulders relaxed. As much tension as you can comfortably do. If you feel a little bit of shakiness, that's okay. That means you're doing it right. You're doing a good job. And relax. Awesome. Now we can just straighten one leg out. The other one, we're going to bring our knee towards our body. And just hold. Good, and switching sides. Good, and let it go. Now we're going to bring our legs into a butterfly position. I will show you what this looks like facing you just in case. So this is the butterfly position. Feet together, knees out to the side, but we're going to do that laying back. If you feel like you have a lot of hypermobility in your hips and this position is uncomfortable, you can easily modify this by putting 2 pillows underneath your knees, and so they'll be held up in this position as opposed to you having to hold your knees up in this way. That's perfectly fine, and you can do that. I don't have enough room, so I'm not going to demonstrate it, but go ahead and take a second to grab those pillows. Pause the video if you need. And for the rest of us, we're just going to get comfortable in this position. And now we're going to go into a twist. So we're going to start going towards me. I'm taking my opposite arm and I'm putting it to the outside of this knee, and I'm just twisting my body slightly. Leaning into those pillows, but letting my lower torso and my hips twist into this position. Try not to look too far over your shoulder. Your neck should be nice and relaxed. Twist should be coming from your torso, not your neck. Good. And switching sides, opposite hand again to the opposite knee, and twist. Good. And coming back to the middle. We're now going to transition into laying down. So if you have some pillows behind you and you need to move them around, go ahead and do that. I'm going to get mine out of the way here. And now we're going to lay flat on our back. This part is going to be a little bit more of a workout. Just warning you now, if something doesn't feel accessible for you today, don't worry, you don't have to do it. But we are going to try and make this a combination of like a flare day cozy day and a pajama workout. A little bit of cozy, a little bit of work. So from here, we're going to do a mini glute bridge. Mini because it's a squishy surface underneath us. It might not be that attainable to get all the way up, and we're taking it easy today. So we're still going to do the mechanics of a glute bridge. I'm moving my hands so you can see. Our feet are flat on the surface below us. We tuck our pelvis under before we do anything else. Shoulders are relaxed, and then we push up from our legs. A regular glute bridge, you're going to try to get as high as you can, somewhere in this range, but today we can go just a little bit up and then touching back on the ground. That's it. Just keep this pelvis tucked under the whole time. We don't want to let our butt drop. Okay, go for it. Good, and relax. Next thing we're gonna do is a core exercise. So you're gonna start with both of your legs up in the air like this, arms by your side, and you're gonna tap one foot to the surface below you at a time. Keep your pelvis tucked under, core engaged. Make sure your neck is nice and relaxed. If you need to put a pillow under your neck, please do if you're feeling a little tension. Good. And you can relax. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to walk our feet nice and close to our bum here. And we're going to raise and lower our ankles like an ankle raise, but lying down. So you're going to have your feet close to your bum, and you're just going to raise and lower. Raise and lower. If you want to do this up against the wall from laying down, you can put the pads of your feet up against the wall and do it that way. That might be a little easier if your range of motion, your ankles is limited. So choose what position is comfortable for you. If you're going to go up against the wall, take a second to pause the video. If you're staying in bed, you can just continue on, and we're going to start. Go for it. Awesome. Now we're going to go into some lying down arm exercises. This is all about your positioning. You have to really be focused on where your arms are in space and in relation to the rest of your body. So what we're going to start with is our arms should be straight up above us. We're going to keep our hands in a light fist. We're not clenching our fists. And they should be directly above us. My head and my neck should be at a perpendicular angle with my arms here. You don't want them down here, you don't want them up here, straight up above you. And from here, your shoulders should be pressing into the ground, nice and open, and you're going to just bend at the elbow. You should not be moving the position of your shoulders. And then straighten. So this is all mental. This is all about you creating the tension by keeping your body in the correct position in space. If I start to let my arms do this exercise feels really different. So my arms have to stay right here, shoulder blades not moving from the ground, comfortably pressed into the bed, not moving their position at all, while only my elbows bend. So we are feeling the flex in our bicep. And keep going. Palms should be facing you the whole time. Don't let your wrists turn in or out. Good, and relax. Let those arms wiggle out for a second. Take a moment to catch your breath. We're going to do another arm exercise after this. We're going to do triceps. We just did biceps, now we're going to reverse it and do triceps. So how we're going to do the triceps exercise, we're going to clasp our hands together and we're going to bring them into this elevated position first to start. This will be our starting position. Our elbows are pointing towards the ceiling. This is the key here. Shoulders are still pressed into the ground, into the bed. Elbows are still maintaining a very specific position, but now we're going to reverse the motion we do with biceps. So we're starting with our hands clasped and towards our head, and now we're going to push our arms into a straight and then let them fall towards our head and then push them up towards the ceiling. Good. Keep going. Push them towards the ceiling. When you push towards the ceiling, you should be pressing your hands into each other, like you're clasping your hands very tightly. Keep going. Make sure those elbows are pointed to the ceiling. They're not going towards your knees. And good. Now you can relax. We're going to slowly make our way back into a seated position. I hope you guys are enjoying the workout so far, the Pajama Day workout. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. It really helps support me in being able to continue to make these videos for you guys. And I hope that was enough time for us to get up into a comfortable seated position. Make sure that you grab your pillows if you need them. So now I'm just going to lie back on my pillows. We're going into another core exercise. So your hands are going to clasp in front of your body, and you're going to let your back be supported here, but try and get just a little bit weight off as you twist and touch from side to side. You can still let the pillows support part of your back or your lower back, but try to get yourself up a little bit to whatever feels accessible today. If you have to put all your weight against the pillows, that's fine, but still get into this twisting motion. Awesome. All right, now we're going to do another one of those tension exercises. So this is using our body to push and pull against itself. I'm going to take my left leg in both hands and I'm going to raise it up. You might be able to raise your leg up here. You might want to keep your leg much closer to the bed. Heel might be rested on the ground, but the idea here is I'm going to be pulling my arms towards my body while pushing away a little bit with my leg. We just want to keep a little bit of tension there, having that fight, that push and pull, just to activate the muscles, turn them on, and get a little bit of movement in. So get into position, and you're going to go for it. If you're up here, this is what it will look like. And you're just pushing. You might feel little shakes. Again, that's good. That means you're doing it right. Don't forget, push in your leg, pull in your arms. Let them fight each other a little bit. Good. And relax. Switching sides. Again, it's okay if you are touching the bed, if you're touching the sofa, if you're touching the floor. It's all right if you're in this position. You can still pull and push. All right, go for it. Good, and relax. I'm going to turn to face you now, and I'm going to move my pillow to match. You can stay exactly where you are. You just need to have a better vantage point of me. So we're going to do a little bit more upper body, just some more activations without doing too much movement, nothing too heavy today. We're going to start with our arms out by our side, palms facing the ceiling. You guys have definitely seen this one before. We're just going to rotate palms to the floor, palms to the ceiling. I always close my eyes when I do this, just so that I can focus on feeling my shoulders open up. If this feels a little bit hard today and you need to bend your arms just slightly, that's fine. Just make sure that you're not arching your back and flaring your ribs. Good, and relax. Let your arms rest. I'm just pressing my hands into the sofa right now. You could press them into the bed. It just helps get the blood circulating on days when I can feel that my arms are feeling it a lot. I just do light presses. All right, next one is we're gonna have arms by our sides. Elbows are tucked into my waist here, and palms are facing the ceiling. My shoulders are, if you need to set them, this is what I always do. I go up to my ears, down, and back. And then I check my core right here, right where my ribs are. They're always flared. And so I just squeeze them, especially difficult after surgery. If you've had abdominal surgery, endometrial surgery, which you guys know I've been dealing with. So now I know I'm in position. Now my elbows are tucked into my waist. I'm starting here. My neck is comfortable and neutral, and I'm gonna straighten and bend. Go for it. You don't have to get completely straight We're just extending. Just extend your arms and then bend them into your waist. You really want to feel the tension on that way back, so you can squeeze your elbows into your waist. Squeeze them into your waist. Good, and arms relax. Again, pressing my hands into the sofa today, I can feel all the tinglies. All right, now the next one we're going to do is a goalpost position. So our goalpost, we just want to make sure that our elbows are up high enough that they're in line with our shoulder, not dropping down like the exercise that we just did. So up by our shoulders, and we're going to start with our palms facing towards me and then down towards the floor while our elbows stay in the same position. Good. Keep on going. And relax. Let those arms out again. You can give them a little shake. Next thing or last thing that I want to do is I want to show you some safe neck and head movements. If you have been diagnosed with any sort of cervical instability or craniocervical instability, CCI, or any neck conditions, please follow the advice of your practitioner first. But for most people who are okay to do head and neck movements and haven't been told otherwise but struggle with feeling comfortable doing them, we're going to go through a little bit of that today. So the first thing is neck stretches. A lot of times we carry a lot of tension here and we want to be able to stretch our neck, but we want to be able to do it safely. So here is the trick that I'm going to give you. We all know the ear to shoulder, right? Like you tilt your ear to your shoulder, you pull your head down, and that can be really triggering. So instead, we're going to start with that up, back, and down. And then we're going to just on our own slightly tilt our ear towards our shoulder. But now I want you to focus on the opposite side. So my head is tilting this way, I'm focusing on this shoulder. I want you to think of pushing that shoulder down towards the ground. You should feel a stretch start to come all in this side. That's what we want. You notice I don't even have to pull this part of my head down this way to feel that. If you want to lightly, you can. But if you think of pushing this shoulder down, you might not even have to. If you're having a hard time thinking of pushing that shoulder to the ground, you can touch it lightly with your hand and sort of think of pulling it down a little bit. Just lightly. You don't even, I'm not actually pulling. It's just sort of a sensation cue. And now I'm thinking of this ear to the shoulder and the shoulder down at the same time. And I have this really deep stretch going on. You guys have probably been holding this the entire time I'm talking, so I'm only going to let it go for a couple more seconds. And then the other key part is slowly come out of it. When you're stretching like that, you don't want to feel it too intensely. That's not the goal. Is more intense doesn't equal better. You just need to feel a light stretch. Slowly come back to neutral and then slowly tilt to the other side. So now this ear to this shoulder, think of pushing this shoulder down. Using the hand as a cue. And if you do need a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can start to lift this hand up, but you might feel it just by touching your head. If you need to go all the way up, you can, but this should be enough if you're focusing on it correctly. Good. And slowly come back to center. Nice and slowly back to center. Always slow in those transitions and take a second before you do anything else. The next thing, I'm going to talk you through it so that you have a second to adjust while you're letting your neck decompress a little bit, is when we want to do forward to back. We just did side to side, but a forward to back stretch. A lot of times I do these head tilts. We see these in the exercises. These are all good, but if you're very nervous about your neck, an easier one that you can do is just looking slightly towards the ground. So I'm spotting the ground just slightly in front of me. The bed, if you're lying in bed, maybe you're looking at your knees, which might be bent in front of you, and you're just going to slowly turn your head left to right, almost like you're swinging your head just slightly. If you've ever seen The Lion King and you've seen Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa going across the log singing Hakuna Matata, it's kind of like that, but really small. And you can even think of adding a little twist to it. So we're rocking back and forth, but now we're also bringing our ear to our shoulder slightly. We're doing a combination of the two. And the key here is that I'm just looking right in front of me. I'm not putting my head all the way down, dropping my chin to my chest. That's where we get into troubled territory. Good. And now same thing to go to the back. So we don't want to tilt our head all the way back like this. No good. What we want to do is just look slightly towards the ceiling, just a little bit. And the same thing, we're just going to rock our head side to side. We're making sure that our shoulders are down and relaxed and we're breathing. That's the best way to get a little bit of stretching into your head and your neck when you're feeling tightness, but a safe way to do it. Make sure your head is not falling backwards. You're just looking up a little bit to the ceiling. A little bit goes a long way. And remember, you can add a little rotation in, just the slightest bit of rotation in there, the ear to the shoulder if you want. Good. Awesome. All right, that concludes the workout for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this highly requested pajama workout. As a reminder, if any of you guys are interested in the 30-day program, the link is in the description below. And give this video a thumbs up or subscribe or both if you want to support the channel. It really helps me be able to keep making content and videos like this for you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you for the next one.